Sunoiler crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 1:50.762. They're getting to grips with Grindelwald reverse, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
With just 46 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. You know, mate, watching these practice sessions, you'd think the driver just jumps in and goes. But there's a heck of a lot more to it, starting with that aero package, the balance between drag and downforce.
Oh, for sure, you tweak the front wing just a smidge, and you could have a totally different beast on your hands. Depending on the track, they might want more downforce for those tight corners or reduce it for the long straights to maximize speed.
Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
Alright, Eddie G has put down a 1:53.909. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Honda S800 RSC.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Sunoiler has a best lap time of 1:48.613. Megasaurus 55 is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the Honda S800 RSC's capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
Sunoiler posted 1:56.619 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? There's the first flying lap for Megasaurus 55, hitting 1:48.199. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Not Clinton Kakatan's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 1:45.217. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
There are just over 40 minutes left in this practice session. Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping them up and hitting the road. It's like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear, or even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
Joe Yu is getting to grips with the Honda S800 RSC in this practice session. DMAX's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 5:01.155. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
With just 38 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Not Clinton Kakatan crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 1:45.314. They're getting to grips with Grindelwald reverse, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Megasaurus 55 posted a 5:09.988 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Scott Cutshall posted 1:54.213 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? It's all about finding that sweet spot during these sessions. Like tuning a didgeridoo, but way faster.
Haha, and a lot noisier. But you're right. In Indy, we fine tune until it feels just right. Every lap here is a step towards perfection.
There goes Martin Tour on their first dance with Grindelwald reverse. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too. Making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
Alright, D-Max has put down a 202.688. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Honda S800 RSC.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
There's the first flying lap for Scott Cutshall, hitting 207.240. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Megasaurus 55's first fly is a solid start, clocking in at 3:14.554. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
With just 32 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Not Clinton Kakaden has a best lap time of 1:45.217. There's Puppy Dog from Hell, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The out lap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Grindelwald reverse.
You know, mate, some folks wonder why these drivers spend so much time in practice. But it's just like prepping a barbie, you gotta get it right before the big show.
Exactly. Rob, practice makes perfect, and in racing, perfect can be the difference between pole position and the back of the grid.
Oi, these practices aren't just a walkabout in the park. It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
Stuart Boyle posted a 1:56.733 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Let's get this qualifying session underway here at Grindelwald Reverse. Stuart Boyle is on their out lap. It's an impressive showing by Megasaurus 55 in qualifying. They have set the bar high, leading the way with their exceptional performance. It's a fantastic position to be in, and they will be looking to convert it into a strong race result.
Spot-on analysis, Rob. Megasaurus 55 is currently in a dominant position, setting the standard for their rivals. Their consistent and impressive performance is setting them up for a strong starting position.
A solid qualifying performance by D-Max, positioning them in 9th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. What a fantastic showing from Chris Ilduke in qualifying. They currently hold the top spot and are in prime position for a strong starting position. Their lap times have been exceptional, and they have showcased their talent and determination. And there goes Megasaurus 55. Megasaurus 55 has completed their out lap. It's a dominant performance from Chris Ilduke in this qualification session. They have shown exceptional form and are leading the way. Their confidence is shining through, and they are proving why they are considered one of the best in the business. Chris Ilduke has completed their outlap. Martin Tuib has secured a respectable second in the qualifying set. Martin Tuib has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Zhou Ergu has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Chris Ilduke has completed their first flying lap in 1:48.402. Impressive display by not Clinton Kakatan, currently sitting in position 2. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position.
Absolutely, Rob. Not Clinton Kakatan has put in a remarkable effort to secure second. The competition is fierce, and they'll
Not Clinton Kakatan has just completed a lap in 1:47.136. Their best lap so far is 1:47.136. Putting them in P3, will they be able to hold on to that spot? Impressive work from Zhou Ergu, who has claimed 9th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Zhou Ergu has just completed a lap in 1:55.500. Let's see if they can improve on the time further. Sunoiler has put in a great effort and currently holds 10th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position?
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Sunoiler's current position of 10th is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
Sunoiler has completed their first flying lap in 1:54.200. Currently in third, Jack M team has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
Great analysis, Rob. Jack M team has shown excellent pace to secure third. Now, the focus shifts to whether they can use their track position to their advantage in the race.
A tough qualifying session for Scott Cutshall. They're currently mired in 12th position, which is a setback for their ambitions. However, they have the resilience and determination to learn from their mistakes and fight back in the race.
Spot-on analysis, Rob. It's been a difficult qualifying session for Scott Cutshall, but they shouldn't lose hope just yet. They have the talent and determination to make a comeback, and it'll be exciting to see how they respond to this adversity.
It's an impressive showing by Zhou Ergu, currently in 10th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher? A solid performance from Stuart Boyle as they currently hold position 6. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid. A strong showing from Sunoiler as they currently sit in 9th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve. Sunoiler will be happy having put themselves into 4th in this qualifying session. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Stuart Boyle has some work to do as that 1:48.494 is only good enough for 7th. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. There's a real buzz in the air as not Clinton Kakadin secures 4th.
Right you are, Rob. They've put themselves in a solid spot, but they can't let up now. Staying smooth and focused is key to shaving off those extra fractions. Every fraction of a second counts. I am sure they can find a little extra in there.
And there goes Scott Cutchell, currently in position 10. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result.
I couldn't agree more, Rob. Scott Cutchell has done a fantastic job to claim 10th. The challenge now is to convert this opportunity into a strong race result.
I'm thinking Scott Cutchell could benefit from tweaking their tyre strategy. That last lap at 1:51.639 isn't cutting it for 10th. A switch to a softer compound might give them the edge they need.
Spot on, Rob. A softer tire could provide that extra grip, but they'll have to manage tire wear carefully. It's a risky play, but it might just pay off.
Not Clinton Kakadin has secured a respectable 4th in the qualifying set. Looks like Not Clinton Kakadin is making a statement, securing a spot in 4th.
Yeah, Rob, but there's always room for improvement. Smooth, consistent laps might just be the key to climbing even higher before this session wraps up. It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Impressive display by Mike, currently sitting in position 2. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position. With Mike now sitting pretty in second, they have got to be feeling good.
True, but in the world of racing, good isn't always good enough. They've got to keep their eye on the prize and aim for perfection on every turn. Every fraction of a second counts. I am sure they can find a little extra in there.
It's been a challenging day for D-Max in qualifying. They currently sit in 14th position, which is not reflective of their true potential. With the session nearing its end, they'll need to push hard and extract every ounce of performance to improve their result. D-Max has completed their outlap. A solid qualifying performance by Stuart Boyle, positioning them in 8th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners.
You're spot on, Rob. Stuart Boyle's current position of 8th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
Not Clinton Kakadin has put in a great effort and currently holds 4th. It's a stellar performance from Not Clinton Kakadin, clinching 4th.
They're in a great spot, Rob, but in qualifying, complacency can be your worst enemy. They need to keep pushing the limits while staying cool under pressure. It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Currently in 3rd, Mike has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position. Mike O'Hagan's really showing what they're made of, landing in 2nd during this nail-biting session.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about precision and nerve in qualifying. Every millisecond can make a difference on the grid. Let's see if they can squeeze out even more speed. Every fraction of a second counts. I am sure they can find a little extra in there.
Incredible drive by Puppy Dog from Hell so far, earning them 10th on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up? Puppy Dog from Hell has just completed that lap in 1:50.675. Their best lap so far is 1:51.345. Putting them in P10, will they be able to hold on to that spot? It's an impressive showing by Eddie G, currently in 9th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher?
Absolutely, Rob. Eddie G has shown great potential to secure 9th. It's now a matter of channeling that momentum into a strong performance during the race.
A solid performance from Martin Tuip as they currently hold position 6. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid. With Martin Tuip clocking a 1:47.622, they've got themselves a mountain to climb, stuck in 6th.
They're not out of the fight yet, Rob, but it's going to take some serious wheel work to make up that gap. The clock's ticking, and they need to make every lap count from here on out.
Impressive work from Mike, who has claimed 2nd on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. A disappointing performance from Joe Ergnew so far in this qualifying session. Finding themselves in 13th position is Joe Ergnew's got their work cut out for them in 13th. Perhaps adjusting the gear ratios for better acceleration could help knock off a few tenths.
You're on the money, Rob. On a track with this many tight turns, quicker acceleration out of the corners could be key to a faster lap time.
Eddie G has positioned themselves well in 10th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Eddie's current position of 10th is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
Looks like Eddie G needs to put the pedal to the metal. That last lap times landed them in 8th. Not where they'd want to be, especially with the session ticking away.
True, Rob. It's all about incremental gains. Every tenth of a second counts, and they've got to squeeze every bit of performance out of that Honda S800 RSC.
Impressive display by Mike, currently sitting in position 2. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position.
Great analysis, Rob. Mike has shown excellent pace to secure 2nd. Now, the focus shifts to whether they can use their track position to their advantage in the race.
Mike will be happy having put themselves into 2nd in this qualifying session. A tough outing for Wayne Pearson in qualifying today. Wayne Pearson has completed their outlap. You've joined us on a breezy day here at Grindelwald Reverse, as we're getting ready to get things underway.
The calm before the storm. I don't know about you, Rob, but I can't wait to see who comes out on top of this one.
Rob Keane is on pole. Securing the second place is Mike O'Hagan.
The English driver will be focused on a good result from here.
The third position is occupied by Not Clinton Kakadin. Taking the fourth spot is Jack M. Team. Megasaurus 55 is fifth. Our sixth place starter, Sunoiler, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track.
But they're going to have to time their moves just right if they want to come out on top.
On the seventh grid slot we have Martin Tuitt. Eddie G is lining up 8th. In the middle of the pack, we have Stuart Boyle starting from the 9th position on the grid. Chris Ilduke will be looking to gain ground quickly as they start from 10th on the grid. Puppy Dog from Hell will need to be on top of their game starting from 11th on the grid.
But they've got the skills to make something happen.
Joe Ergu has some work to do from 12th on the grid, but they're not out of the race yet. D-Max may have a bit of work to do starting from 13th on the grid. Wayne Pearson is going to be starting from 14th. And they're off, with drivers now facing the unpredictability of the opening lap. With so many cars close together, the risk of an early accident is real.
The first lap can be chaotic, and avoiding any major incidents is key. Drivers need to be alert and ready to react to any sudden changes on the track.
The pressure is on whilst the field is bunched. We can keep their cool and take advantage. As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at Assetto Corsa Friends for making this all possible. Heroes one and all.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this race unfolds.
Well, ain't that a slice of vanilla? Eddie's sitting pretty right where they started, comfy as a koala in a eucalyptus tree.
Like gladiators, they enter Rock, but instead of lions and swords, our champions fight in an arena of tarmac, and with fire-breathing machines of cutting-edge materials, designed to explore the very limits of physics itself in what can sometimes be very much a fight to the death.
Bit of a cruisy start for Sunoiler, just filling out the track at Grindelwald Reverse. You know, like a dingo sussing out the lay of the land.
A good old-fashioned southern standoff, that's what Sunoiler's doing. Holding their ground, and sometimes that's the best strategy in the early laps.
It's a solid performance from Rob at the moment. They're holding their position and not getting too caught up in battles around them.
Couldn't agree more. It's like they say, slow and steady might just win the race. Rob's giving us a masterclass in patience and precision.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
And it's not just about skill and talent. It's about who has the nerves of steel to handle the pressure and make the right decisions at the right time.
3 cars, 3 different racing strategies. One driver is defending, while the other 2 are relentlessly attacking. Who will come out on top?
You hit the nail on the head, Ron. The elite drivers truly stand out in moments like these. They have a sixth sense for identifying weaknesses and capitalizing on them with surgical precision.
Chris Ilduke is placed 9th at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Stuart Boyle, who is 2.0 seconds behind. Fair dinkum, Chris Ilduke's dropping like a cold pie and Stuart Boyle's snatching the top shelf Tim Tams.
Feels like Stuart Boyle brought their barbecue A game, while Chris Ilduke's grill's gone cold.
Whoa there, Martin Tuitt is sticking to Mike like glue. You reckon Mike's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would.
Can they close up enough for a pass? I don't see it personally.
Oh, this is getting intense. Wayne Pearson is just behind Eddie G.
They say rubbing is racing, but if Wayne Pearson gets too close, they might end up trading carbon fiber souvenirs instead of positions.
Stone the Crows. Wayne Pearson's pulled a sneaky, landing at 9th. Always a surprise with them. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Rob is proper nipping at Stuart Boyle's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell. With a move that's swift, I'd say Rob always keens running on high octane. And maybe a bit of Aussie spirit. It's a brilliant day for racing, and the drivers are putting on a show.
Absolutely. What a great race we are witnessing today. These drivers are giving it their...
Sorry to cut in here, Rob's duffed it up. They're gonna need more than a coldie to forget that one. Oi, Sunoiler is on Stuart Boyle like a drop bear on an unsuspecting tourist.
Drop bear? Had to Google that one. But yeah, here it's like a linebacker on a quarterback sack. This is where every inch counts. Sunoiler is pushing hard to close the gap on Stuart Boyle. Absolutely. Precision and control are key here. Knowing when to push and when to hold back can be the difference between winning and losing.
A great moment for Sunoiler, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Sunoiler's charging like a bull in a china.
Sorry to interrupt here, but Mike's off the track. Reminds me of my first car, a real lemon. Drove straight but only in reverse. There's no escape now. Martin Tuip is breathing fire and has locked onto Keen's tail.
The roaring engines are echoing Martin Tuip's battle cry. Rob, can you hear the thunder?
It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. No room for error here. Wayne Pearson is breathing down the neck of Sunoiler, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
Oi, Rob, wouldn't want to be in Sunoiler's shoes right now, would y'all? Talk about a pressure cooker situation.
Incident alert. Looks like Chris Ilduke forgot they weren't at Bondi Beach, taking a dive like that. It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
Should things go south between Not Clinton Cockadon and Megasaurus 55, we might witness a high-speed game of bumper cars, but trust me, it's way less fun with real race cars.
Buckle up, Eddie G is all over Martin Tuip like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action? Sorry to interrupt here, but, oof, Wayne Pearson misjudged that corner like I misjudged my last relationship. Too fast, too soon. Every gear shift, every pedal push. Not Clinton Cockadon's got one goal in mind, capturing Megasaurus 55 spot. Not Clinton Cockadon's showing off some serious moves, making Megasaurus 55 look like they're dancing with two left feet.
The question is now, can Megasaurus 55 respond to that in kind? They're going to have to pick up the pace.
As a former racing driver, how important is the relationship between a driver and their team during a race?
It's absolutely crucial, Rob. The team provides valuable information and support, helping the driver make the right decisions on track. A strong bond between the driver and the team can be the difference between winning and losing.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Mike is right on the heels of D-Max, and we're in for a wild ride.
This is what makes motor racing so exciting. The tension is high and the stakes are even higher. Who will take home the victory? It's too close to call.
The intensity is off the charts as Puppy Dog from Hellhounds Joe Ergue, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit. Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Sunoiler is sniffing around Martin Tuip like a dog with a bone. Hold on a moment. Oh, Sunoiler went off track? I know the feeling, just like my diet every weekend.
Grindelwald reverse is always a test for these drivers, and sometimes that's the way it goes.
Every move counts now as Not Clinton Cockadon works to reel in Megasaurus 55 and overtake the P1.
It's hotter than a jalapeno out here. If Not Clinton Cockadon gets any closer to Megasaurus 55, we're gonna need to put this stream on OnlyFans.
Fantastic racing on show here today, and it's not just the top drivers who are impressing us. Even the drivers at the back of the pack are putting up a good fight, battling it out for every position.
It's a testament to the level of competition at Assetto Corsa, friends. Even the smallest mistake can cost you valuable seconds, or even lead to a crash. But these drivers are up to the challenge, and they're giving it their all. It's clear that Assetto Corsa, friends, really is the place to be for top quality racing.
Oi, Eddie G tried to pull a Steve Irwin and wrestle with the track limits. Track 1, Eddie G 0. The battle for 1 is heating up as Not Clinton Kakadin tries to catch Megasaurus 55 in P1.
The gap between them is just over 0.5 seconds. Who will have the speed and skill to come out on top?
An impressive showing from Not Clinton Kakadin, who has gained positions and left Megasaurus 55 in the dust.
Where there's a will, there's a relative.
Megasaurus 55's in an exciting position at second. They've been maintaining pace for a few laps now, and with the leader just within a whisper's distance, things are heating up.
Absolutely. I think you would say it's tighter than a kangaroo in a sleeping bag up there. But yet every little decision now is crucial. One slip from the leader and our champ in second might just steal that top spot.
The adrenaline is pumping as Joe Yu gets within striking distance of Mike in their race for 9th.
If Jorg Yu gets any closer, they might as well ask Mike O'Hagan for a piggyback ride.
Megasaurus 55 is locked in, mate. It's like watching a kangaroo chasing down that last bit of green in the outback. Every move is calculated, every turn precise.
You said it, Ron. Over here, it'd be like a quarterback eyeing that end zone in the final seconds. Megasaurus 55 is hungry for that top spot, and you can feel it.
Hang on to your cork hats, mates. We're about to see more jousting than a footy final between Megasaurus 55 and Not Clinton Kakadin.
The way Megasaurus 55's conserving their energy while managing the Ur's deployment? Pure artistry. They're sneaking up on Not Clinton Kakadin like a quiet storm.
A brilliant maneuver from Megasaurus 55, who has just moved up the field.
Shoot. Megasaurus 55's got more moves than a dance floor on a Saturday night. Look at them shimmy into first.
Jack M team is on a mission, chasing Not Clinton Kakadin, who's desperately trying to stay ahead. Seems like Not Clinton Kakadin is getting in range of Megasaurus 55.
I might have said this before, but dog, bone, you know the rest.
In your experience, sorry to cut in here, whoa, D-Max took the corner like my Uncle Baz after a 6-pack, all over the shop.
I reckon DMAX thought they were panning for gold off the track there. Sorry, buddy, that's not how you strike it rich.
A couple car lengths might not sound like much, but when you've got keen breathing down your neck, it feels like a bloody eternity. The gap between Rob and Jack M team is expanding faster than a bull's waistline. It's now a whopping 0.4 seconds. You know, Hal, I've always wondered, how do racing drivers stay so cool and collected under such immense pressure?
Well, Rob, it comes down to mental strength and training. Drivers often work with sports psychologists and
Breaking news, folks. It's pedal to the metal for Rob, while Jack M team's still flipping through the radio channels.
I've always said, it's not the car, it's the driver. And Rob's proving that point right.
Blimey, Puppy Dog from Hell's determination reminds me of a kangaroo in a hopping contest.
Well, over here in the States, it's more like a squirrel chasing down its last nut before winter. Either way, it's entertaining to watch.
I tell you what, Puppy Dog from Hell has got more problems than a maths book right now. Joe Yu is leaving them in a cloud of dust. Looks like Sunoiler's strategy might just be to let the rest of them die of old age. It's a waiting game now.
You ever been to a school reunion and thought, what happened to that guy? Well, I'm looking at Sunoiler, I'm thinking the same.
Puppy Dog from Hell could be looking for a way up the inside of Joe Ergu.
If you're in
Breaking development, looks like Puppy Dog from Hell tried the old "dingo stole my race line" trick. A tad too clever by half.
By the looks of it, Puppy Dog from Hell's been taking driving tips from them Duke boys. Ain't the Dukes of Hazzard, friend.
Rob's so far off pace, they might be better off in a hearse. At least then someone would be pushing from behind. King could be on a charge here. Hal, they have just put in a quicker lap than not Clinton Kakaden. The evolution of these cars over the years is nothing short of incredible. The aerodynamics, the tire technology, it's all a game of innovation.
Couldn't have said it better. And to think about the data analytics behind every decision, from tire pressures to wing adjustments. It's not just a sport, it's a symphony of engineering and strategy.
I've seen kangaroos jump less than the sparks between Sunoiler and Martin Tuig. It's almost like a Saturday night day, but with a lot more rubber burning. It's as intense as a Barbie in midsummer out there for Rob. They've got their eyes on the prize and won't settle for braking development. Maybe Stuart Boyle's got a drop bear in the cockpit, cause that move was bonkers.
Did the wind contribute to that? It's blowing at 13 kph out there right now.
This is where the race gets really interesting. Not Clinton Kakaden is closing in on Rob Keane. Blimey, Joe Ergu's just thrown another shrimp on the Barbie of mishaps. This one's burned. Well, butter my bread and call it a sandwich. Sunoiler's not letting Martin Tuig have all the fairy bread at this party. Watch out, Martin Tuig, he's coming for your Tim Tams, mate. Look at that gap. It's smaller than the difference between Vegemite and Marmite at this point. Not Clinton Kakaden in second is giving the leader no room to breathe.
Mate, it's so close. I reckon not Clinton Kakaden can tell what brand of deodorant the leader's wearing. The next few laps are going to be pure, unadulterated racing magic.
We got a close battle as Sunoiler closes in on Martin Tuig. Sunoiler has just put in a faster lap than Martin Tuig, so that's going to give them something to worry about.
Giddy up. Looks like Sunoiler's kicking the dust up. Martin Tuig better buckle up and respond.
It looks like Eddie G is pushing hard to catch up to Stuart Boyle. The gap is over a second, but Eddie G is not giving up just yet. Can they close the distance and make a move on Stuart Boyle?
Watching Eddie G right now is like reliving my high school track meets. A for effort, D for speed.
From the cockpit to the pit lane, the chatter is all about Stuart Boyle's masterful hold on the ninth.
Absolutely, and they need to keep driving with determination to stay in that position.
The action is non-stop as Martin Tuig shadows Sunoiler through every twist and turn, determined to claim fifth. It's like David versus Goliath out there. Martin Tuig just slung a stone and gained ground, while Sunoiler is left searching for footing.
Definitely, but there's still a long way to go in this race, and anything can happen. Martin Tuig needs to keep driving with focus and intensity.
Sunoiler has a mountain to climb at the moment to close that gap with Mike. I expect their only hope at this point is that Mike makes an error. In a race where seconds count, Wayne Pearson is counting on less of them between themselves and Stuart Boyle. Much like I'm counting on less seconds until lunchtime.
Well, shoot, if Wayne Pearson was any more laid back, they'd be horizontal. Reckon they're daydreaming of those cheerleaders again?
Things are looking as crook as Rookwood for Wayne Pearson, lagging behind Stuart Boyle and the gap stretching out like a long country road. They'll need to find some extra grunt to flip this situation. Huge shout out to the admins at Assetto Corsa friends for making this all possible. Without their hard work and dedication, we wouldn't be able to witness this incredible event.
That's right, Rob, and the excitement is palpable. I can feel it in my circuits. I mean, this is the kind of race that people will be talking about in the bar. We're witnessing history in the making.
If I had $1 for every time O'Hagan closed a gap like this, I'd have enough for a pint at the local. Get ready, Martin Tuib, the thunder from down under is coming.
With a gap tighter than a new pair of jeans, Mike's pushing that Honda S800 RSC to its limits. He's got that racer's instinct, looking for that sweet spot to pounce on Martin Tuib.
Stone the crows, O'Hagan's on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, fifth. Everyone's on the edge of their seats. Or in my case, on the edge of spilling my coffee. Wayne Pearson is getting closer to puppy dog from hell, and I'm getting closer to needing a towel. Hold on a second, Wayne Pearson has decided to pit. Hey, Mike O'Hagan, if Martin Tuib gets any closer, you might need to pop the question. The last time I did that, she said, actually I can't tell you because of the court order.
Absolutely, Mike O'Hagan in fifth is doing a fantastic job of holding on to their lead, but they can't afford to make a single mistake. And Martin Tuib is looking for any opportunity to make a move. This could be a battle to the finish line.
Impressive driving from Mike, who has managed to extend their lead over Martin Tuib. They are walking away at this point. Does Martin Tuib have anything in reserve? With all these modern racing aids, I sometimes wonder, would the legends of the past, the real trailblazers of the sport, have had it easier or tougher today?
That's a debate for the ages, Rob. The tracks might have evolved, the cars definitely have, but the heart of racing? That's eternal.
While Martin Tuib is not under immediate threat from Sunoiler, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position.
Surely they've got enough in the tank to pull away. Gonna be interesting to watch this battle unfold.
Martin Tuib is hitting the apexes like a pro, increasing their lead over Sunoiler. But can they keep it up without spinning out?
That's right, Rob. It's all fun and games until someone pops a tire. Let's hope both of them can keep it on the black stuff. Martin Tuib's stronger out there than a bowl of North Carolina chili. They're not giving Sunoiler a sliver of a chance to catch up.
It looks like Rob Always Keen has found another gear in the last sector of the race.
They'll be the ones celebrating at the finish line.
The leader has done it. What an incredible performance from Rob Always Keen, who is simply untouchable today. This is a race that will go down in the history books.
That was a true masterclass in driving from Keen. You could see them making split-second decisions with total confidence, and it really paid off. What a performance.
Not Clinton Kokatan takes second place with a fantastic race.
Brilliant. Not Clinton Kokatan showed great skill and determination to take second place.
Impressive drive from Jack M team to claim the final spot on the podium. Megasaurus 55, Joe Ergue, Chris Ilduke, and Wayne Pearson in 4th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. 5th sees Mike O'Hagan. Martin Tuib claimed 6th. Sunoiler brings home 7th. In 8th, it's Eddie G. Finishing 9th is Stuart Boyle. followed by Puppy Dog from Hell in 10th. There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Grindelwald Reverse, as we're getting ready to kick things off.
The drivers are looking focused out there on the grid. I'm excited for this one, Rob.
Starting from pole position is a great opportunity for Puppy Dog from Hell to take control of the race. It's Stuart Boyle, sitting comfortably in second. And in the third position, it's none other than Eddie G.
Big things expected for Eddie G today.
At fourth, we have the one and only Sunoiler.
Sunoiler is looking on for a strong result.
And in fifth place, we have Martin Tour. From the middle of the pack, we have Mike O'Hagan in sixth place on the starting grid.
It's the standards tire compounds for Mike.
As the engines roar to life, Megasaurus 55 prepares to take off from the seventh position on the starting grid.
Megasaurus 55 is going to show us something special, I'm sure of it.
Lining up in 8th is Jack M Team. Starting from the 9th position, not Clinton Kakaton will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win.
What can we expect from the American driver?
Rob Keane is placed in 10th. Joe Erg-Yu is in a solid position starting from 11th on the grid. Starting from 12th on the grid is a bit of a mixed bag for Chris Hilduke. Wayne Pearson has got their work cut out for them starting from 13th on the grid.
They have the talent to make their way to the front of the pack.
D-Max has qualified 14th.
Are the standards tires the way to go?
The green signals the start of a rip snorter of a race. As they jockey about, it's all about not chucking a wobbly under pressure.
This is where the real action begins. The drivers will be jostling for position and trying to gain any advantage they can.
Absolutely, it's a crucial part of the race, and the drivers will need to be on top of it to make it through here unscathed.
The first sector is always a bit of a nail-biter. With so many cars bunched together, one small mistake can be disastrous.
They'll need to keep their wits about them and stay focused if they want to come out of this section unscathed. You know, they say, steady as she goes, and that's exactly what Puppy Dog from Hell's doing. Holding on to one, maybe they've got a trick or two up their sleeve for later.
You know, sometimes the best strategy is to hold your cards close to your chest. Puppy Dog from Hell's sitting right there at one, just watching the field unfold.
Well, color me impressed. Rob started up the leaderboard. Reckon A3 Doctor _ Honda _ S800 _ RS has got a bit of extra grunt under the hood here in Grindelwald.
That's some fine racing right there. Takes me back to my Indy days, blazing past the pack on the first lap. But, Rob, a lot can happen from here. Best keep our eyes peeled.
I can't wait to see how this race will play out. Wayne Pearson may not be starting from pole, but they're still in with a shot. A twist in our tale. Puppy Dog from Hell's slipping more than a bar of soap in a bath, now at second. It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Puppy Dog from Hell gaining places and Stuart Boyle losing them.
Absolutely. Puppy Dog from Hell is showing great pace and determination, but they can't get too confident. There are still plenty of challenges ahead.
This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory?
It's a battle of nerves now. Who will make the first mistake? Megasaurus 55 or Jack MT? This is high-stakes racing.
It's a close race between Rob and Megasaurus 55 in fifth.
And the drivers know it too, Rob. They're giving it everything they've got, and you can see them pushing the limits of the car's capabilities.
Oh, the pressure is on for Rob. Trapped between Chris Ilduke 0.2 seconds away and Megasaurus 55 just ahead with a gap of 0.2 seconds, they must defend their position while seeking an opportunity to advance. They're giving it everything they've got. It's a battle of nerves as they push the limits of adhesion, going wheel to wheel in a thrilling display of racing prowess.
You're absolutely right, Rob. The different strategies employed by these drivers add another layer of excitement. It's fascinating to see how they adapt their approach to gain a competitive edge.
Things are getting spicy as Jack MT is breathing down Eddie's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them. This is what it's all about, folks. Keen is in hot pursuit of Jack MT, who's just trying to stay ahead. Mate, are they packing something extra down under? Keen's just rocketed into third.
That kind of move? That's what happens when you mix horsepower with a dash of southern charm.
As the race settles down, the drivers are really going at it.
It's like watching a high-speed game of chess. One wrong move and it could be game over. But these drivers are masters of their craft, always thinking 3 steps ahead.
That's right, and with the way they're maneuvering those cars, it's like they have superpowers.
It's almost like they have the power of flight. But instead of flying, they're speeding down the track like rockets.
I wonder if they have any spare rocket boosters for sale. Things are heating up as D-Max closes in on Joe Erhue. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
Rob, last time I saw DMAX this riled up, there were sparks flying off the track. Get ready for a showdown.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
A misjudgment by either driver could result in a close encounter of the tire barrier pump, and that's one handshake they'll want to avoid.
The gap between Chris Ilduke and Wayne Pearson is razor thin as they vie for 8th in this nail-biting contest. It's a game of inches now as Sunweiler tails D-Max closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake. Gee whiz, Jack M team is breathing down Eddie's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Eddie's rearview mirror right now. It's getting crowded.
Jack M team is so close to Eddie G that if this were a
Stop the press, Struth. Wayne Pearson's having a real dog's breakfast of a moment. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Jack M team is breathing down the neck of Eddie G, not giving him any room to relax. Bloody oath, Jack M team, hold on a moment, talk about going walkabout on the track. Sunweiler's off on a little bush adventure at Grindelwald reverse, aren't they? There's a storm brewing, and it's got Megasaurus 55's name on it. Jack M team, batten down the hatches, it's coming for you.
Sometimes you have to take risks to win, but pushing the car too hard can be a costly mistake.
Hold on a moment, whoops, Jack M team's taken more spins than a dead or alive record. It's hotter out there than an Aussie summer day, mate. Reckon D-Max can catch some shade behind Sunweiler? F.
Shade? Here, we call that drafting. Let's see if they can stay cool and make a move. If not, there's always the AC in the pit. One important aspect here is choosing the right braking points. DMAX needs to be precise to avoid overshooting and losing valuable time.
It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
With Chris Duck on the hunt, puppy dog from hell better not blink. Every split second counts in this tango.
The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown? Not Clinton Kakadin just blitzed past Megasaurus 55 like they were standing still.
Go, 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 that's what we want to see.
It's a thrilling pursuit as Megasaurus 55 is right behind Not Clinton Kakadin, keeping the pressure on for third place.
The slightest mistake from either driver could lead to a meeting with the barriers, and nobody wants an impromptu autograph session with the wall.
Alright, hold your horses. Jack M team is really putting the heat on Eddie G. If I were Eddie G, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop.
If Jack M team isn't careful, they might end up turning this high-speed chase into a synchronized spinning routine, and trust me, that's not a crowd pleaser.
Hold on to your hats. Chris Ilduke is gunning for puppy dog from hell. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend?
It's a thrilling battle for position as these two drivers give it their all. Who will come out on top? This is racing at its finest.
Jack M team wants to close that gap with Eddie G. It seems like Jack M team is struggling. Their last lap time wasn't as good as Eddie's.
Well, butter my biscuit, Jack M team's taking their sweet time out there. Good thing Eddie G brought their A game.
You know, Hal, during a long race like this, how easy is it for a driver to experience a lapse in concentration?
It can be quite easy, Rob. With so many factors to consider and the intense focus required, even the most experienced drivers can have a momentary lapse. That's why mental training and staying in the zone are so important.
This chase is as intense as a stop the press. Blimey, not Clinton Kakadin veered off the track like I veer away from commitment. Maybe they'll come back, unlike my ex. This is edge of the seat stuff. Chris Ilduke is relentlessly hunting down Puppy Dog from hell. Bling first. What a move. Chris Ilduke has moved up to 7. Hold on a moment. Just like my hope in finding the one Puppy Dog from hell's direction seems a bit lost right now. Look at Sunoiler trying to close that gap on Stuart Boyle. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party.
Great driving from Sunoiler, who has just gained a place and moved up to 10th.
You can't argue with results like that. Sunoiler is really making their mark on this race.
You know, oh no, what's this? Fantastic move from Sunoiler, who has just gained a position.
You know, back in Carolina, we say, go big or go home. Looks like Sunoiler took that to heart, hitting 9th.
Hollywood couldn't script this better. Martin Truex shadowing Sunoiler, waiting for the slightest misstep. Superb driving from Martin Truex, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race.
Impressive. Martin Truex is really showing their skill and determination out there.
Wow, Eddie G is really pushing hard to catch up to Jack M team. There's blood in the water for 4th place.
Remember that time Eddie G made that audacious move on the last lap? Feels like deja vu, doesn't it, Rob?
Sometimes, I feel the strategy behind these races is deeper than a conversation at 3 a.m. in an outback pub.
You're telling me, it's like planning a family reunion in a small southern town. You've got to consider who's coming, who's feuding, and who's gonna cause a ruckus. Then prepare for it all to change in a heartbeat.
Looks like not Clinton Kakadin is chasing Chris Ilduke harder than a crop chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right? Looks like not Clinton Kakadin is making a move. The gap to Chris Ilduke is now down to 0.8 seconds. Looks like Rob is trying to chase down Mike O'Hagan, but right now it feels a bit like my attempts at dieting. A lot of hard work with slow results.
Yeehaw, it's like Rob Keane took a detour through the drive-thru. With a gap that big, I hope they ordered extra determination with a side of grit.
Blimey, wait, oh, mate. That's how the old man used to drive after a couple of bevies at the pub. Not the right line, but definitely entertaining.
Seems like Stuart Boyle's off-roading it. You know, like my attempts to adult. All over the place.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit. Keane wants to find a way round O'Hagan.
Can they make it past without taking the paint off?
Whoa there, Chris Ilduke is sticking to not Clinton Kakadin like glue. You reckon not Clinton Kakadin's feeling the pressure? Cause I sure would.
It's a battle for position as Chris Ilduke tries to make a move on not Clinton Kakadin. This is what racing is all about.
You can feel the rumble from here. Rob's in the thick of it, and they're not letting go. It's a battle of wills, and only the strongest will come out on top.
Yeah, it's like the final lap of the Daytona 500. Pedal to the metal, eyes on the prize, and no room for error. This is what racing's all about.
Well, blow me down. Rob's lap time just gave Mike a cheeky slap on the rear. Bet that left a mark. Oh, the chase is on. Not Clinton Kakadin's breathing down the neck of Eddie G. It's It's game on now. Not Clinton Kakadin has closed the gap to Eddie G. It's now down to 0.1 seconds.
I reckon not Clinton Kakadin's dialed in their camber settings. They're getting a much better contact patch on the tires, gaining on Eddie G with every twist and turn.
Phew, talk about foreplay. Rob and O'Hagan are really teasing us here. I haven't seen this much anticipation since my first date. Oh, this is getting intense. Not Clinton Kakadin is just behind Eddie G. Sorry to interrupt here, but bloody hell, Chris Ilduke just took a quick detour to the outback. Maybe they saw a kangaroo on the track or something. You ever see a croc stalking its prey? That's the energy Rob's bringing right now, ready to strike when the moment's right.
Kinda reminds me of a linebacker waiting for that perfect moment to make a game-changing tackle. The anticipation is intense, and Rob's not letting up.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Not Clinton Kakadin is proper nipping at Eddie's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell.
It's going to be a close one. Not Clinton Kakadin will have to push hard to create an opportunity.
Here's the thing about racing. Sometimes, it's not just about speed. It's about pressure, mind games, and this, right here, is a masterclass from Mike. Sticking so close to the leader, making him constantly aware of the imminent threat.
Spot on. It's like a shark circling its prey. The leader knows it, we know it, and by the looks of it, Mike is ready for the kill.
Whoa, Mike's on fire, leaving skid marks and Rob Keen's hopes behind. Reminds me of two wombats fighting for the best burrow. Close, intense, and unpredictable.
Oh, this is gripping. With every lap, Rob's drawing closer to that lead spot. They're both battling tire to tire.
If I were the leader, I'd be checking my mirrors every blink of an eye. Looks like Wayne Pearson is coming in hot. They're approaching the turn way too fast. Rob is locked in, mate. It's like watching a kangaroo chasing down the last bit of green in the outback. Every move is calculated, every turn precise.
You said it, Rob. Over here, it'd be like a quarterback eyeing that end zone in the final seconds. Rob is hungry for that top spot, and you can feel it.
Hold on to your stubbies. Wayne Pearson is closing in on Joe Ergu like a bachelor at the end of a Bucks night. Hope Joe Ergu either brought some lube or protection.
It's a dance of titans, a symphony of engines, and Wayne Pearson's tempo is rising.
Wayne Pearson is trying their best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with Joe Ergu at the moment. It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. I swear, Puppy Dog from Hell's on the prowl, making that leap to 11th look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue.
That's what we like to see. Puppy Dog from Hell is really showing their class today.
During your racing, hold on a moment. Oh mate, Joe Ergu's impersonating a lost tourist. Did someone forget to tell them it's a race, not a bushwalk?
If Jorg Yu was fishing, they'd have thrown that one back into the pond. That's a tough go.
No room for error here. Not Clinton Kakadin is breathing down the neck of Jack M Team, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
If things go wrong between Not Clinton Kakadin and Jack M Team, they could be exchanging more than just paint, like maybe a strongly worded post-race chat.
Now that's how it's done. Not Clinton Kakadin rips through the track, while Jack M Team watches the tail lights fade.
Yes, but they have to keep pushing hard. This race is far from over, and anything can happen. Not Clinton Kakadin needs to stay focused and keep driving with skill and determination.
With steely determination and laser focus, Jack M Team is homing in on Not Clinton Kakadin. The battle lines are drawn.
The gap's closing, the clock's ticking, and the finish line awaits its champion. Gee whiz, Jack M Team's getting some solid torque out of those corners.
They must have figured out the perfect throttle control while trail braking.
Now this is what we call real racing. It's anyone's race, wide open as a Carolina sky. Who's gonna step up and take us to victory lane?
I think we just got time for a quick shout out to our human creators, Dave, Andy, John and Nigel, who have put so much effort into making this possible.
Yes, it's been a real thrill ride, and I for one can't wait to see what is coming next.
Apparently we are going to be announcing crashes and incidents soon. Let's hope they get the logic right. Looks like Jack M team is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curbs aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about finding the right balance between speed and control.
The tension is palpable. These drivers are showing tremendous respect for each other while going all out. It's a masterclass in clean, hard racing. Chris Duke's drifting so far back, it's like looking in the mirror after a decade-long pub binge. Time's not been kind, mate. One thing I admire about Assetto Corsa friends is the sense of community. It's not just about the competition, it's about coming together, sharing knowledge, and pushing the boundaries of the sport.
You nailed it. Every time they hit the track, it's a culmination of shared experiences, lessons learned, and an undying passion for the sport. It's heartwarming and exhilarating all at once.
The crowd is on their feet, roaring with excitement. It's an all-out war between these three drivers. Who will emerge victorious? Your guess is as good as mine. G'day viewers, if you're just tuning in, you've picked a ripper of a moment. Rob is in second and they're tailgating the leader. This is edge of your seat stuff.
You bet, Rob. It's like the leader's got a drop bear in the rear-view mirror, lurking, waiting for that perfect moment to drop. Rob is surely smelling opportunity here.
Like a scene from a thriller, not Clinton Caden's on Vegasaurus 55's tail, hungry for that spot.
Every twist, every turn, it's like a tango at 200 miles per hour. Who'll take the lead?
Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but not Clinton Caden's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Megasaurus 55. Rob is on fire in the last sector. Geez, Rob's on Mike's tail like a dunny door in a thunderstorm. But passing? That's another kettle of fish.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Rob to make up that gap, especially with Mike defending so well.
And that, folks, is how it's done. A solid performance and great win from O'Hagan.
You can see the sheer determination on Mike O'Hagan's face as they take the win. That's the mark of a true champion, folks.
What a fantastic race from Rob Keane, who brings it home in second place. 11th and 12th is Wayne Pearson and Puppy Dog from Hell. What a race from Megasaurus 55. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium.
Great job bringing it home.
Coming in fourth and fifth we have not Clinton Kakadin and Jack M Team. Taking sixth is Eddie G. Sunoiler end in seventh. You've joined us on a breezy day here at Grindelwald Reverse, as we're getting ready to kick things off. Stuart Boyle will lead the way from pole position.
The pressure's on now. Can he handle the heat and stay ahead of the pack?
Our second place starter, Eddie G, is poised to make a move towards the front. Sunoiler will begin the race from the third spot on the starting grid. We see Martin Tuip sitting in the fourth spot. The fifth place on the grid belongs to Mike O'Hagan, a driver with plenty of experience. Our sixth place starter, Megasaurus 55, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track.
That Honda S800 RSC looks like it has some potential.
Starting from seventh on the grid is a good position for Jack M Team to launch an attack.
Another mid-pack start for Jack M Team.
Not Clinton Kakadin is eighth.
We've not seen the best from not Clinton Kakadin yet.
The ninth starting position belongs to Rob Keane, who will be looking to make up ground early on.
The Welsh driver has been driving the wheels off the Honda S800 RSC in practice.
Sitting in 10th is Joe Ergu. Wayne Pearson is lining up 11th.
Where can Wayne Pearson finish today?
Starting from 12th on the grid is not ideal for D-Max, but they're a fighter.
DMAX won't be too disappointed with 12th.
Flags up, and it's a proper stoush on the tarmac. The opener's always a nail-biter, with every larrikin trying to grab a slice of the pie early on.
Every inch counts right now. One wrong wiggle and they'll be singing the blues.
There's some intense battling throughout the field as everyone is looking to get off to a good start.
Well, butter my cornbread, Stuart Boyle's playing it cool and steady. Maybe they're just enjoying the beautiful Gran Turismo 2 Switzerland Grand Prix here at Grindelwald Reverse. Can't blame them.
Starting from pole position is the perfect place for Mike O'Hagan to launch an attack. Braking alert. This is a disaster for Stuart Boyle in the Honda S800 RSC coming into the pits and isn't going to do much to improve their chances in this race. This is what racing is all about, folks. Three fearless drivers pushing their machines to the absolute limit, inches apart.
Absolutely, Rob. The energy in the crowd is electric, and it's no wonder why. These drivers are leaving it all on the track, fighting tooth and nail for victory. It's anyone's guess who will come out on top.
Hold your breath, folks. These drivers are showing exceptional car control, threading the needle through tight corners. It's a battle for supremacy.
Absolutely, Rob. The slipstream plays a crucial role in these battles. The drivers are using every trick in the book to gain an advantage while constantly evaluating when to make their move.
It's an intense battle for position as Sunoiler tries to outmaneuver Eddie G. This is edge-of-your-seat racing.
Should things go awry, Sunoiler and Eddie G might find themselves giving a whole new meaning to the term tandem drifting, though I doubt they'd enjoy it as much as the spectators.
It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
You know what they say, keep your friends close, and your racing rivals even closer. Looks like Rob is taking that advice to heart today.
Blimey, Rob's shifted gears and the results are clear, cruising up to fourth just like that.
It's like Rob had an extra shot of espresso or something, jetting up to fourth.
Buckle up, Sunoiler is all over Eddie G like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action?
One wrong move and we could see a spectacular new synchronized pirouette performance by Sunoiler and Eddie G, though I doubt the judges would give them a perfect score.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Rob Always Keen is right on the heels of Sunoiler, and we're in for a wild ride. It's looking good for Rob, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Sunoiler.
You see, it's moments like these that separate the champs from the chumps. And Keen's looking every bit the champ today.
The intensity is off the charts as Megasaurus 55 hounds not Clinton Kakaton, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit. Martin Tuitt has the pedal to the metal chasing not Clinton Kakaton. Hold on a second, by the looks of it, Martin Tuitt reckoned Grindelwald reverse had a hidden shortcut. Too bad there isn't one.
It's a real shame. Until this point in the race, they've been looking at a decent result.
Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Rob is sniffing around Eddie G like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of second. Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Rob for nabbing second. On a lighter note, if I could eat, I'd kill for some of the trackside snacks right about now.
Oh, absolutely. But you know.
Hold on a second, oi.
Is it just me or?
Nah, mate, Sunoiler really just took the scenic route through the outback of Grindelwald reverse. Crikey.
Dang, Sunoiler was riding high, but that slip up. That's like tripping over your own shoelaces at the county fair.
The adrenaline is pumping as Jack M team gets within striking distance of Eddie G in their race for third. We got a close battle as not Clinton Kakaton closes in on Jack M team. The action is non-stop as Jack M team shadows Eddie G through every twist and turn, determined to claim third.
I remember being in a similar situation during my racing days. Jack M team must stay focused and wait for the perfect opportunity to overtake.
With a move that's swift, I'd say Jack M team's running on high octane. And maybe a bit of Aussie spirit. The rumble of the engine, hold up a mo, looks like Mike is testing the off-road capabilities of their ride.
Racing at Grindelwald reverses like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Today, O'Hagan got the lemon.
Tell ya what, Eddie's got more followers right now than I do on Insta. Which, to be fair, isn't saying much. This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory?
If this battle ends in tears, it could be like watching a high-speed domino effect. But let's hope they keep it clean and avoid any unplanned games.
It seems like not Clinton Kakaton is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace.
Cannot Clinton Kakaton refoc?
Breaking update. That won't be ideal for Wayne Pearson.
Well, butter my biscuit. Wayne Pearson's lost it like I lost my patience with that old carburetor of mine. A real test of character.
It's a close race between not Clinton Kakaten and Eddie G in fourth. Not Clinton Kakaten's giving it a red-hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with Eddie G. It's like chasing a roux on a motorbike. We are used to seeing some hard-fought but clean racing here at Assetto Corsa, friends. I'm expecting to see nothing different here today as this race unfolds. The tension is building as Megasaurus 55 trails behind not Clinton Kakaten. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Can not Clinton Kakaten hold on, or will Megasaurus 55 be able to close them down? Things are getting spicy as not Clinton Kakaten is breathing down Eddie's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them.
With the way not Clinton Kakaten is stalking Eddie G, you'd think they're trying to figure out what they had for breakfast this morning.
Not Clinton Kakaten is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 0.45 seconds down.
Can not Clinton Kakaten refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they're capable of?
Creaky, Megasaurus 55 sticking to not Clinton Kakaten like Vegemite on toast. This is more tense than a possum in headlights. This is what it's all about, folks. Not Clinton Kakaten is in hot pursuit of Eddie G, who's just trying to stay ahead.
This is what separates the good from the great. The ability to stay focused and perform under pressure.
And not Clinton Kakaten has just won the place from Eddie G.
Talk about turbocharged ambition. Not Clinton Kakaten's got the afterburners on full blast today.
Things are heating up as Megasaurus 55 closes in on Eddie G. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. Any bloke or Sheila saying Assetto Corsa, friends, isn't top-notch is a few can't wait. I don't think that's the fastest way around Grindelwald reverse. Oh, we've got trouble here. Jack M team is coming up fast on not Clinton Kakaten, but it looks like they're going too fast to make that maneuver.
Absolutely right, Rob. And let's not forget Jack M team has already had a few close calls this race. They need to start driving smarter if they want to finish at all. Not
Clinton Kakaten's falling behind Mike at a rate of knots. They're going to need some serious pedal power to close that gap. Look at that gap. It's smaller than the difference between Vegemite and Marmite at this point. Mike in second is giving the leader no room to breathe.
Mate, it's so close. I reckon Mike can tell what brand of deodorant the leader's wearing. The next few laps are going to be pure, unadulterated racing magic.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. The gap between Sunoiler and Wayne Pearson is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from Sunoiler to bring Wayne Pearson into play.
Absolutely right, Rob, and Wayne Pearson knows that too. They have to keep driving at their best if they want to take advantage of any opportunity that comes their way.
By the looks of it, Hal, Sunoiler's lost their mozzie repellent cause Wayne Pearson's buzzing right past.
Just like fishing on the Outer Banks, sometimes you get the catch, sometimes the big one gets away. Here's Hoppin's Sunoiler baits their hook for another try while Wayne Pearson is reeling them in.
It's as intense as a Barbie in midsummer out there for Mike. They've got their eyes on the prize and won't settle for second.
Exactly, Rob. It's like aiming for that home run in the bottom of the ninth. Swing for the fences, and don't look back.
The action is heating up here as Rob is in sixth, defending from Martin Tuitt, who is only 0.6 seconds away. This is not looking good for Rob Keane. They've just lost sixth to Martin Tuitt and their strategy seems to be failing them.
That's some bad luck for Rob, they just couldn't hold on. But can they make a comeback?
The gap between Jack M Team and Eddie G is razor thin as they vie for fourth in this nail-biting contest.
Honestly, Rob, with this chase, I'm half expecting to see some sneaky dive bombs in the next few laps. Popcorn ready?
From where we're sitting, Rob Keane seems unmovable from that 7th.
Absolutely, Rob. It's like watching a maestro at work. Every move Rob always Keane makes is pure art.
It's a game of inches now as Jack M Team tails Eddie G closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
This battle between Jack M Team and Eddie G is so intense, you could cut the tension with a knife, or should I say, with a front wing.
Gee whiz, Keane is breathing down Sunoiler's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Sunoiler's rearview mirror right now, it's getting crowded.
You can feel the intensity in the air. The slightest mistake could cost either of them the race.
This is what separates the best from the rest. These drivers are demonstrating their racecraft, searching for any weakness to exploit. It's a true test of skill. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Eddie G is breathing down the neck of Jack M Team, not giving him any room to relax. Wayne Pearson seems to be putting the pressure on Sunoiler.
There is no room for error in this battle.
It's a challenging situation for Wayne Pearson. They're sandwiched between their fierce competitors, Rob always Keane 0.2 seconds away and Sunoiler 0.2 seconds ahead. They'll need to stay sharp and find an opportunity to make a move. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. This is like the state of origin for not Clinton Kakaden, going full tilt, gunning for the top, and not holding back.
And on my end, it's the Super Bowl vibes all over. Inches away from glory, and every move counts. Hold on to your hats, folks, this is racing at its finest.
You can feel the rumble from here. Mike's in the thick of it, and they're not letting go. It's a battle of wills, and only the strongest will come out on top.
Yeah, it's like the final lap of the Daytona 500. Pedal to the metal, eyes on the prize, and no room for error. This is what racing's all about.
The tension is palpable. Sorry to cut in here. Well, if it isn't Eddie G, the wild wallaby of the track, hopping right off the tarmac. Ladies and gents, we've got ourselves a high-speed pursuit. Rob is stalking Sunoiler's every move.
Sweet tea and biscuits. Rob's got the pedal to the metal, chasing down Sunoiler like it's the last slice of pie at a family reunion.
A great pass for Rob as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, Sunoiler has lost ground.
This race is heating up faster than a Barbie in summer. Keane's got that winning glint.
Reminds me of two wombats fighting for the best burrow. Close. Stop the press. Looks like that's a mistake from Megasaurus 55. This could be costly. Not Clinton Kakaden's in an exciting position at second. They've been maintaining pace for a few laps now, and with the leader just within a whisper's distance, things are heating up.
Absolutely. I think you would say it's tighter than a kangaroo in a sleeping bag up there. But yeah, every little decision now is crucial. One slip from the leader and our champ in second might just steal that top spot.
It may seem like Sunoiler is far behind, but Keane can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give Sunoiler an opening to catch up.
Reckon Sunoiler's starting to feel a bit like they're out in the outback. They can see the horizon, but it's a long way off. Good on ya, Keane, for keeping that distance.
Not Clinton Kakaden is locked in, mate. It's like watching a kangaroo chasing down that last bit of green in the outback. Every move is calculated, every turn precise.
You said it, Rob. Over here, it'd be like a quarterback eyeing that end zone in the final seconds. Not Clinton Kakaden is hungry for that top spot, and you can feel
it. It's a thrilling pursuit as Keane is right behind Eddie G, keeping the pressure on for 6th place.
The chase between Rob and Eddie G is like a high-speed game of tag only. The stakes are much higher.
It's pedal to the metal for Rob, while Eddie's still flipping through the radio channels. You know, Hal, it's been a relatively quiet race so far.
That's right, Rob. The drivers seem to be pacing themselves and waiting for the right moment to make their move. It's like watching a slow dance.
Look at that gap. It's smaller than the difference between Vegemite and Marmite at this point. Not Clinton Kakatan in second is giving the leader no room to breathe.
Mate, it's so close. I reckon not Clinton Cockatan can tell what brand of deodorant the leader's wearing. The next few laps are going to be pure, unadulterated racing magic.
The gap between not Clinton Kakatan and Mike O'Hagan is expanding faster than a bull's waistline. It's now a whopping 0.6 seconds. The crowd is on tenterhooks as Wayne Pearson in ninth chases after Sunoiler. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Wayne Pearson find a way to catch up?
It's going to be tough for Wayne Pearson, as Sunoiler seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Wayne Pearson pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
I tell you what, Wayne Pearson has got more problems than a maths book right now. Sunoiler is leaving them in a cloud of dust. Crikey, that overtake by Wayne Pearson was smoother than a coldie on a hot summer day.
Well, from what I've seen on the oval tracks, that's how the big leagues play. But I gotta admit, this is next level.
By the looks of it, not Clinton Kakatan in second is keen to throw another shrimp on the barbie and crank up the heat on Mike O'Hagan. Hold on to your stubbies. Martin Tuib is owning the tarmac, confidently owning the fourth spot. Some great driving from Martin Tuib, who has increased their lead over Megasaurus 55 and is starting to put some distance between them.
That's a really strong performance from Martin Tuib. They're not giving Megasaurus 55 any chances to catch up.
Hold on to your seats. Not Clinton Kakatan's turning the heat up on Mike, closing in for the kill. Not Clinton Kakatan is on a charge. Their split time shows they have upped their pace. You reckon Sunoiler's got a shot, mate?
I'd say it's like trying to throw a football into a moving pickup truck from 50 yards. Tough, but not impossible. Looks like Sunoiler has got more moves than a cowboy in a honky-tonk bar. Eddie G better watch out or he'll be two-stepped right off the track.
Good news for Sunoiler, the gap to Eddie G has decreased. It's now down to 0.3 seconds.
Now, ain't that something? Sunoiler is right on it. Just needs to keep the pedal to the metal to tailgate Eddie G.
Good on ya, Wayne Pearson. Trailin' so far back, reckon the front pack has already written the eulogy. Hal, can you share some strategies that drivers use to manage tire degradation during a race?
Certainly, Rob. Some strategies include adjusting the car's setup for better tire life, altering driving lines to reduce wear, and using tire management techniques like lift and coast to preserve grip for as long as possible.
This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Not Clinton Kakatan is chasing Mike in P1.
Dang, not Clinton Kakatan is chasing Mike like a Southern belle after a gentleman with a fat wallet. This is racier than a late-night movie marathon.
Alright, hold your horses. Sunoiler is really putting the heat on Eddie G. If I were Eddie G, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop.
The only thing closer than Sunoiler to Eddie G right now is the paint on their cars. Talk about a close encounter.
Hold on to your hats. Rob is gunning for Martin Tuib. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend? Big gains for Rob Keane as they move up the field. Braking development. DMAX's duffed it up. They're gonna need more than a coldie to forget that one. Wow, Sunoiler is really pushing hard to catch up to Eddie G. There's blood in the water for 7th place.
Sunoiler is following Eddie G so closely, they could start charging them rent for occupying the same space on the track.
How do racing drivers, like yourself back in the day, train themselves to maintain concentration for long periods of time?
Mental training is a huge part of a driver's preparation, Rob. Techniques like meditation, visualization, and working with sports psychologists can help drivers build their focus and mental endurance for a race.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
Mate, if I had $1 for every time Sunoiler looked like overtaken, I'd be sipping mojitos on a beach right now.
This is where the true champions shine, and not Clinton Kakadin is certainly showing their class in the final sector.
It takes a special kind of driver to perform under pressure like this. Not Clinton Kakadin has certainly risen to the occasion.
What a win! This is a historic moment for not Clinton Kakadin, who put on a masterclass in driving today. What a display of skill and precision.
What a display of skill and precision.
A nail-biting finish, but Mike O'Hagan claims 2nd place. D-Max claimed 10th. What a race from Jack M team, showing their skill and determination for a great 3rd place finish.
What a drive, well-deserved spot on the podium with that performance.
With Rob Keane, Martin Tuitt, and Megasaurus 55 in 4th, 5th, and 6th. Eddie G brings home 7th. Sunoiler take 8th. In 9th, it's Wayne Pearson.